We're following breaking news right now on Fox 31 of a wildfire in Loveland that is forcing a number of evacuations at this hour. That fire is growing. Take a good look at your screen right here. You'll see where the fire is. This is in the Roosevelt National Forest. It is just north of Highway 34, west of the dam store. The fire sparked more than an hour ago. Right now it's being called the Alexander Mountain Fire. Here is what you need to know. These are the mandatory evacuations at this hour. You can see smoke and flames in these pictures right here. Drake to the dam store along Highway 34. People there have to leave their homes and businesses. This includes Storm Mountain and Palisade Mountain. Again, these people need to evacuate immediately. The fire was once at 100 acres. We are now hearing it has grown to at least 800 acres. Highway 34 is closed between County Road 29 and County Road 43. There are also voluntary evacuation orders at this hour. People who live in the Waltonia Road area, Eden Valley to Sunrise Ranch, and Sylvandale to Ellis Ranch, get ready to evacuate. There are already voluntary evacuation orders for you. Again, the fire sparked just about an hour ago. It has quickly grown to some 800 plus acres. You can see smoke from all around the metro area, including parts of Denver. There are pictures with the flames as the fire is growing. A number of firefighters are there. Air resources are on the way. We have multiple crews headed to this. Skyfox is set to be on the way soon. And right now, Fox 31's Jim Hooley joining us live from Boulder. Jim, what are you seeing there in terms of the smoke, and what are you hearing about this fire?
Matt, I'm just outside my home here in the north side of Boulder, and I'm looking up north to that area just on the west side of Loveland. And let me tell you, this column of smoke that is coming up over the backside of the foothills, and this is very impressive and obviously very, very dangerous and concerning, too. The column itself has probably grown since I first saw it about 45 minutes ago. It's probably fivefold in its growth right now. So we have wind up here on the north side of the metro area. That is the real concern. The wind has picked up here quite a bit just over the past 45 minutes. And if it's windy here in North Boulder, I'm sure that wind is pushing that fire and that smoke up there in Loveland. We don't see any aircraft up in the air over the fire as of yet from this vantage point. We have seen some emergency vehicles on their way, first responders on their way going up 36, heading north for the fire. But this is the real deal. This could be a very dangerous fire, and when they tell people to evacuate, for this one, they have to listen, and they better get out quickly.
There's no doubt about that. Again, Jim Hooley joining us live in Boulder, taking a look at what he can see from the fire. And Jim, you certainly know how on edge people get here in Colorado, especially in the Boulder-Loveland area now after a couple of recent fires there. What are you seeing from people? And then also, what direction is that wind blowing that you see this fire potentially getting pushed?
The wind is blowing from west to the east right now, and that column of smoke is just huge at this point from this perspective, Matt. I talked to my son, who is a hotshot firefighter. He's on a break right now down in his home in Durango, but he used to work for a hotshot crew out of Rocky Mountain National Park, and he knows that area along Highway 34 all too well because of so many fires that he has fallen up there. He says that's a very dangerous area, obviously very rugged. It's tough terrain. It's tough for firefighters to get in there, so they really have to get that air attack in there very quickly, very soon. But let me tell you, the wind blowing the way it is now, that could be a challenge even for the helicopters and the aircraft, too.
Right, it certainly is. Again, Fox 31's Jim Hooley joining us live in Boulder on the telephone right now as we are taking a look at what is now being called the Alexander Mountain Fire. As Jim has talked about, the winds out there appear to be very strong. This fire has quickly grown to more than 800 acres in just about an hour's time. Again, the fire is burning right now off Highway 34. Highway 34 is closed, more than 800 acres at this hour. This is technically still in the Roosevelt National Forest. It is just north of Highway 34. If you know this area, it is also just west of the dam store. The mandatory evacuation orders people need to know about right now for your family, your friends potentially in this area. This is Drake to the dam store along Highway 34 and Storm Mountain to Palisade Mountain. Those people need to evacuate immediately. The voluntary evacuation orders that have already been set up, these are people in the Waltonia Road area, Eden Valley to Sunrise Ranch, Sylvandale to Ellis Ranch. We've talked about a number of firefighters that are there already. Jim Hooley has seen more. We are waiting for air resources to get there. And Jim, you've been out in this area, I'm not sure how recently, but just talk about the overall dryness of how things are with some of the heat that we've been having up in this area, say Boulder north to Loveland.
Oh, I'm standing out here along the roadway right now, Matt, and this up here in North Boulder, I mean, this grass is completely brown, completely dried out, and that's exactly what they have up there west of Loveland right now. in this area here, we haven't had any significant moisture in probably a good month, and that's the real danger. I mean, that was the danger with the Twin Forks fire yesterday that occurred out in Jefferson County. I mean, that one sparked very quickly. That one blew up very quickly. Fortunately, the crews out there were able to get a handle on that very quickly as well, and they saved homes and they saved lives. But the conditions that we have out here right now with the temperatures in the mid-90s plus for the next several days, and no real sign of moisture for, if I understand the forecast correctly, for at least the next week or so. This is a very dangerous situation, and these are very dangerous conditions that exist. And again, this column of smoke, as I look up here to the north right now, it's not getting any smaller at this moment. I mean, this continues to grow west of Loveland.
All right, that certainly is alarming for people all over the area up there in the northern and northern central part of Colorado, just north of the Denver metro. You're looking at pictures and video that have come in just the last few minutes. Jim Hooley just talked about this massive smoke plume that continues to grow. This is the Alexander Mountain Fire. More than 800 acres have burned. This is all sparked very, very quickly. Again, this is where it is happening. It is up near the Loveland area in the Roosevelt National Forest, just north of Highway 34, west of the dam store, called the Alexander Mountain Fire. So basically, think if you're in Loveland, you're taking 34 and you're headed up toward Estes Park. It's basically just as you get out of town there in that area as you start to climb, and that is that steep, rugged terrain that Jim Hooley talked about. Obviously, a lot of fuel out there, Jim. And again, you talked about the need for people to heed these evacuation orders and the voluntary evacuation orders too. We know this can potentially save people's lives.
Yes, definitely. And again, my vantage point is a distance of maybe 20 miles from the fire itself. So I don't know what it's like on the ground up there exactly right now. But if you're at home, you're listening to this, you're getting the word on either scanners or emergency alerts, you really have to pay attention. This one, I mean, from this perspective, looks like the real deal. This could be trouble. And, you know, again, the fuels up there, Matt, as you say, it's national forest. A lot of pine trees that have dried out, and all the dried up sap that's in those trees, I mean, they're just like giant candles that as soon as they encounter any flame or they are crowned the top, you know, the sparks come up onto the top. The trees just explode like candles, like fireworks. And so the fire can move much more quickly than you think. It's amazing how fast fire can move when those pine trees start to blow. So you simply can't take any chances.
All right, absolutely right about that. Fox 31's Jim Hooley joining us live in Boulder as he takes a look at the big smoke plume and putting in his decades of experience knowing how fires burn here in Colorado. Jim, I appreciate it very much. We'll check back in with you at our next cut-in. But again, this is what you need to know right now. The Alexander Mountain Fire is burning. This is in the Roosevelt National Forest, just north of Highway 34, west of the dam store. It has quickly grown to at least 800 acres. You see it on the map right there. People drake to the dam store along Highway 34, including Storm Mountain and Palisade Mountain. Those people have to evacuate immediately. There are voluntary evacuations in the area for Waltonia Road, Eden Valley to Sunrise Ranch, Sylvandale to Ellis Ranch. This is some very dry and steep terrain out here. When some of these trees that are old and sort of dry spark and they catch fire, they are going to burn very, very quickly. That is what is fueling this fire. Air resources are on the way. Firefighters are on the ground. We have multiple crews headed to this area. We'll keep you updated right here on Fox 31 on air throughout the afternoon. And don't forget, you can always get the very latest online at KDVR.com. We'll see you soon.